What's up, everybody? Yeah. Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show, the ultra bright light edition. Yowza. Once again, I got to change the lighting up in this place. But the content is what you come here for. You don't come here for the lighting, although we will get this lighting improved. And I appreciate those of you who do donate to the super chat, as we will continue to build out the studio based upon those donations that come in. So thank you for that. But the topic of the day, lies, baby. I get so mad. God dang, I get so mad. I get so hyped up seeing how you guys are lied to. You're always lied to. They keep lying to you. They keep lying and lying and lying and lying to you. And then I get those fool little trolls that listen to them coming and yelling at me as if they know what they're talking about because they're listening to some idiot out there that doesn't know what they're talking about. All right. I got to shake it out. What up? React. What's up? So I'm going to break it down here in a minute. We're almost there. The lies that they tell you. F you, Sally Balls. And those of you new to the channel, F you means effing unbelievable content. I appreciate that. And if you're just getting here, bang, 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 throw a thumbs up because this content you do not want to miss. You do not want to miss this content. About 20 seconds away from breaking it down for you. Breaking it down. And give me 1 second here because I need to pull this up and make sure we got it going. Bang. Yep. Now, the topic of the day is the lies, baby. The lies that they're telling you that are ruining your gains. A-B-O-R. And actually, as I'm talking to you right now, I just hook you guys up with a 20% discount. Bang, that's what I just did. A 20% discount right now, Labor Day special at thedolcediet.com. The biggest discount of the year at thedolcediet.com. If you guys want to get in amazing shape, go to thedolcediet.com right now and sign up for a 4-week or 12-week online personalized weight loss program. Promo code Labor Day. Save 20%. But anyway, the topic of the video, the lies that they tell you. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, with the bad lighting, that is the bicep of truth. The bicep of truth never lies. The bicep of truth never lies. That is the truth detector right there. When you see that bicep being flashed, you know the truth is coming your way. The lies that they tell, that son of a bleep. I don't curse on these streams anymore because we got kids that watch this and parents with their kids. I don't curse. Plus, the YouTube algorithm gets jacked up when I curse a lot for whatever reason. The lies that they tell you is that, and this comes mostly from the ketogenic community. It comes mostly from the carnivore community. It comes from these communities that tell you protein is more filling. High-fat foods is more filling than plant-based foods, and they're wrong. They're wrong. They're lying to you. The science is so credible. It's so overwhelming, and I'm going to break that down for you right now. Protein is not more filling than carbohydrates. It's not. Fat is not more filling than carbohydrates. It's not. You think it might be because some idiot Instagrammer or vlogger or blogger or podcaster said that it was, and you believed it because they're out there slanging their product based upon fraudulent marketing material. But I'm going to break it down for you right now, and this is called the satiety index. The satiety index is basically the benchmark study that proves the satiety of individual foods. What does this mean? This means that Dr. Susanna Holt, PhD from the University of Sydney, about 25 or so years ago, mid-90s, I think, conducted a landmark study devoted to determining which food left the participants with the greatest feeling of satisfaction after eating this meal, making them less prone to overconsume calories throughout the day. So what this study did, this study took 38 different foods and had the volunteers consume equal portions of these 38 different foods. 240 calories of individual foods were eaten. 240 calories were eaten. And then every 15 minutes, the participants were asked, how do you feel? A series of questions. Basically, how do you feel with regards to hunger? And then after 2 hours, the participants were allowed to go to a buffet and eat whatever they wanted. And based upon what they eated, based upon how they answered, the researchers were able to accurately determine which original foods made them feel the most full, leaving them more prone to not overeating. Does this make sense? Are you guys here? You're all with me. You're listening to this. This is really important. So when you get the ketogenic community, when you get the carnivore community, when you get the high protein, the high fat community telling you, oh, you got to eat steak and eggs in the morning because it's more filling for you. You got to have high protein, high fat meals because it's more filling for you. That's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. Or it's being told to you by someone who's completely uneducated, who has no idea of what's true and what's not. So they're, again, just lying to you based upon misinformation. They're giving you disinformation. You're giving you the wrong information, which is completely ruining your ability to manage your hunger throughout the day. It makes perfect sense that if you're eating high-fat foods, high-fat protein, high-protein foods earlier in the day, you're hungry later in the day. Therefore, you must then squeeze yourself into an intermittent fasting window just so you don't freak out and go crazy because you're starving on the high protein, high fat foods. Well, what does that mean, Dolce? Tell me exactly, and I'm going to tell you exactly right now. So, during this landmark study by Dr. Holt et al. And friend, if you will, they took these 38 different foods and they compared each of these 38 foods for the feeling of hunger. Now, let's talk about the top 5. The number one food that improved satiety, that made people feel fuller longer, was what? What do you think it was? Drum roll. Do you think it was steak? Wow, because, I mean, real men eat steak, right? You think it was steak? Do you think it was eggs? Do you think it was cheese? Do you think it was bacon? Do you think it was burgers? They pull the bun off the burgers because you can't eat or you can't eat plant-based ingredients, right? Because that makes you hungrier. They say. Remember, this is what they say. The high fat, the high protein community, they run around telling you this as if it's true, but it's categorically false. Scientifically proven false by Dr. Holt et al., which has been upheld. It's been upheld for decades now. This is considered the benchmark in satiety. We know for a fact that the food with the highest percentage of satiety is boiled white potatoes. Yes, high carbohydrate white potatoes, not even sweet potatoes or yams, right? All you white versus brown carbohydrate advocates or confrontationalists out there. We talk about, white rice, white potatoes, awesome. White potatoes are by far the most satisfying. In fact, white potatoes were nearly twice as satisfying as beef and almost 3 times, 2.25 times as satisfying as eggs. Now, I eat beef, I eat eggs, I eat chicken, I eat cheese from time to time. I'm an omnivore. I don't force myself into a box. We eat whole foods, earth-grown foods in wide variety. Local, organic, fresh, natural, minimally processed, minimally prepared even, to ensure that micronutrient density. We don't fit ourselves into these little 4-hour, 6-hour, 1-hour feeding windows of this BS intermittent fasting hoax. We eat real food. Now, 4 of the top 5 foods on the satiety index, which means the most filling, were what? You think they were meat? You think it was meat and nuts like they try and tell you? No, it was boiled potatoes, oatmeal, oranges, apples, and brown pasta. That's actually sick. I mean, five of the top six of the most satisfying foods, hunger-wise, were all carbohydrate-dense foods. White potatoes, oatmeal, oranges, apples, and brown pasta. The one lone protein/fat food in the category was fish, which is great. I'm an omnivore. I love it, right? That's great. Fish, great. Fish actually came in at number 2. Cool. White potatoes, number 1 at 323%. Ling fish, number 2, all the way down at 225. Oatmeal, very close at 209, very close to fish. Oranges, 202. Apples, 197. Remember, if you're on a ketogenic diet, you can't have white potatoes, you can't have oatmeal, you can't have oranges, you can't have apples, you can't have brown pasta. Though on a ketogenic diet, they tell you that you feel fuller longer. Well, that's a lie, right? That's a lie. There's no debating that that's a lie. They're lying to you when they say that, or they're so uneducated and they've done so little research, they don't know what's true. So why are you listening to them in the first place? Right? I'm not making this stuff up, guys. This is all out there in the public square for you to look up, to research, and to have a dialogue about. Please, everything I tell you, do your research. Everything I tell you, do your research. Don't take anything I say at face value. Please do your research. What does that mean? That means now you are educating yourself. You are now better equipped to make decisions yourself, to lead yourself down a healthy path for the rest of your life. So where does beef actually fall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Beef is number 7, beaten by brown pasta, beaten by apples, beaten by oranges, beaten by oatmeal, and beaten by white boiled potatoes as far as being more filling. Crazy, right? You didn't hear that from your local keto expert. You don't hear your local carnivore expert telling you to go to Wendy's and peel off the bun and peel off the tomato and peel off the lettuce and eating 4 double burger cheeseburgers at Wendy's, right? Because that's supposed to be filling. That's disgusting. That's disgusting, brah. It's disgusting. So let's break this down. Now, what else? After beef, we have what? Beans. More carbohydrate-rich, plant-based life than grapes. How about that? So, grapes, beans, pasta, apples, oranges, oatmeal, boiled potatoes. The 2 outliers in that category are fish, ling fish specifically, and beef. What does that mean to you? That means those of you in the high-fat community, the high-protein community, who have been beating this drum about how satiating high-fat, high-protein foods are, you're wrong. Now, I understand the placebo effect is powerful. I understand confirmation bias is powerful. I get that. Oh, I get that. And I'm not even mad at you for trolling my page trying to tell me that I'm wrong when I say, well, oats are more satisfying than bacon and eggs for breakfast. You feel much better. You have an even source of energy throughout the day, especially our breakfast bowl, which is what? It's oats, it's seeds, it's nuts, it's berries, it's got cinnamon in it, it's delicious, it's amazing. That's what we recommend for the exact reason I'm talking about. It's more satiating. You feel fuller longer. You have an even pulse of energy throughout your day. You feel better. You are less likely to overeat and binge eat if you are eating oatmeal for breakfast as opposed to steak and eggs. Right? I've seen this anecdotally, although we do have all the data, of over 10,000 clients through my business. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, we could say if we talk about the online program, but tens of thousands of clients through my business over the last 20 plus years. Why do you think I talk the way I do? I can sell anything I want and make money. I could be a Dolce keto advocate like that and make a shit ton of money. I could be a Dolce carnivore head. I could be a Dolce BCA guy. I could sell any of that stuff and make a ton of money, make more money most likely than I do right now. If I jumped into the fad diet world like a lot of these faux fitness frauds do. If I were to jump the shark and just say, you know what, I'm just going to be SEO, Google AdWord, clickbait, Dolce, and I'm just going to start throwing clickbaits at you. I'm gonna hire a social media marketing firm. We're going to get a few ambassadors, some endorsers. We're going to start buying hashtags, and we're going to go out there and we're just going to start sweeping people into the click funnels. How much money do you think I could make if I all of a sudden became a keto guy? How much money, honestly, do you think I could make if I came out with a keto program, a little keto product, and I started slanging it your way? I was like, hey, maybe I should fast. Oh, I tried this dry fast for 24 hours, 36 hours. I feel great. And I could start slanging that your way. And then I could start slanging a macro program if I wanted to. I could start slanging some BCAA pre-workout, intra-workout. I could slang all that stuff your way. And historically, honestly, in reality, I've turned down big paychecks by not endorsing certain programs and certain products from well-established companies because I'm honest, I'm transparent, I'm good. My job is to teach you guys the truth. And I wish I could sell you keto. I wish I could get behind keto, but I can't because it doesn't work specifically when we talk about long-term. I wish I could sell you intermittent fasting program because I can make a bunch of money doing it for a short period of time, but I can't do that because long-term outcomes, short-term outcomes, it's not what best suited for you. I wish I could just throw intermittent fasting or if it fixes your macros template out there because guess what? Cha-ching, I'd sell a bleep ton. Your coworkers, your teammates, your family would all of a sudden go out and buy that, right? I mean, is that true? That's true. That's true. You agree with that. We have a pretty gosh darn big business here that does really well. We have a global reach. Right? I could just start slanging some other products if I wanted to jump the shark. If I wanted to trade in my integrity and just start slanging cash, I could do that, but I'm not. I'm here telling you guys the truth. This is the truth. And unfortunately, I am bound by the truth to tell you the truth. And that's what I do. Therefore, I will sit here on this microphone for free and educate you guys as to what is real and then point you in the direction to do the research yourself. This is the truth. Potatoes are vastly more satiating than beef. Oatmeal is vastly more satiating than beef. What is beef sitting at? Beef is at 176. Oatmeal is up there at 209. Boiled potatoes at 323. I mean, boiled potatoes by far just crush everyone. Oatmeal, awesome. Oranges, apples, brown pasta, beans, grapes, and we can continue down the list. Now, I eat beef, I eat steak, I eat eggs, I eat fish, I eat chicken, I eat poultry, I eat turkey, I eat all that stuff. I'm an omnivore. I am an omnivore. So, like, I'm kind of on team meat, kind of, but I'm also on team plant-based. I'm on team carbohydrate, but I'm also on team protein and team fat. And what gets me so mad is that you guys are marketed to by a bunch of disingenuous entities simply to roll you into a click funnel, if you will, to roll you into a marketing campaign and to sell to you. And my goodness, that gets me really irritated. So I wanted to share this information with you. You can go out and do your own research right now, and you can look at the satiety index. Just look at the satiety index. Just go and look at that, and you determine for yourself, and then look at all the compelling data over the last 30 plus years or so that reference the satiety index and support the satiety index, and then maybe do a little test on yourself and see what really actually works. Go have a beautiful breakfast bowl first thing in the morning and see how you feel. See how you feel. Now, let me answer some questions. Oh, first and foremost, bang! Reacio I'm sorry if I botched your name, with the $4.99 donation to the super chat, so you get your question answered first, sir. Mike, I watched the 3 video series you did last year about full body versus push-pull sets and reps and rest times. When will you do part 4 and 5? F you, Dolce. Well, I'll say F you, Rhea, and guys and girls new to the channel, so you know F you means effing unbelievable content, Dolce. F you is a term of affection here inside our community, so now you know, and I appreciate that. So F you right back. And that's right, we did part 1, part 2, part 3. I did shoot part 4 and part 5, but we shot it in the old studio, and there was a few audio issues. So what I will do, I will reshoot that this month for you in September, and I will put that all back up together. So I'll have part 1, 2, and 3, and I will come back out with a brand new part 4 and part 5 for you guys. And those of you listening right now, if you appreciate this honest, transparent, actionable, evidence-based content, please give this video a thumbs up. Bang, 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 right there. Bang. And also subscribe to this channel if you don't, because that's how you know that we are here. Now, let me answer some more questions. Sally Balls says, F you, Uncle Mike. F you, Sally. Apex, getting my list done while listening to the coach. Low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity. Bang, getting it in. Joe Flynn, boom. Joe, what's up? Nobody fresher. A day off, a great pull day, and some Dolce live. F you, Dolce. F you. That's right. This is Labor Day here in the United States. I am labor intensive, working for you guys. There's no day offs. There's no day offs here. This is Labor Day. I'm in the studio getting it done, putting in work right now. This is not a day off for us, not for me, because there is crap out there, and we are here to clean it up for you guys. Ben Boyer, what's up, Ben? Good to see you. Andrea, looking lean, Mike. I'm working hard. You know we're working hard. It's that 3 weeks to shredded program. And those of listening right now, 3 weeks to shredded right now, 20% off at thedolcediet.com. If you want to follow our 4-week or 12-week personalized weight loss program, now is the time. The lowest sale of the year, the 20% off sale right now. Promo code Labor Day. Labor Day, all one word, save 20% off the 4-week, 3 weeks to shredded program. Lose up to 21 pounds or more in 21 days or less, depending on how hard you work and where you're starting. But 3 weeks to shredded is the most successful healthy weight loss program ever devised, as proven by the world's greatest athletes with a 100% success ratio over 20 years. No other team can make that claim. Boom. Except for the Dolce Diet team. That is at thedolcediet.com. And guess what? You're going to eat real food all day long. You are going to eat carbohydrates on this program, and you are going to lose weight and look great following that program. Hey, look, there's me on the cover of Men's Fitness, right? Hashtag I eat carbs. Nazif, F you, Dolce, F you, Nazif. Paul Hancock here for my daily dose of MD, laying down some truth. F you, Mike, F you, Paul. David Manzano, what's up, David? Billy K, nice to see you. Figured you would be at the beach. Happy Labor Day. Thumbs up. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. I'm going to go to the beach later and crush some sand dune sprints. Mikey Carroll, F you, Dolce, F you, Mikey. Any advice dropping weight for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament going from 170 to 155 in 9 weeks? Thank you for all the content. F you. Mikey, I would go to thedolcediet.com. I would start the 12-week living lean and 3 weeks to shredded program. I would put in, you have 9 weeks. I would put in 6 weeks on the living lean program. I would finish with 3 weeks of 3 weeks to shredded right before your tournament. And then I would use the rest of the time to cycle back into living lean as a recomp program. I would go to thedolcediet.com right now, and I would get started. Promo code Labor Day and save 20% off, the biggest discount of the year. Why would you not? You're competing. That's what this was designed for, to get as lean, as light, as fast, as strong as possible for such competitions. Why not get in amazing shape? Of course you should. Howard says, F you, Dolce, preach. F you, Howard. Zach Spence, can you sign up for couples 3 weeks to shredded? Zach, well, you can, and we strongly suggest you do. Today's the best day to do it because you're going to save 20%. 20% for the two of you is actually a really big discount. You wind up saving 20% each. which is awesome. And you can do it at the same time. You do have to sign up for individual accounts because the 3 weeks to Shredded program is personalized to the individual. I'm assuming yourself and your significant other are of different, maybe body size, different goals, maybe different lifestyle, different activity, different training history. All of that goes into the rule engine of the 3 weeks to Shredded and Living Lean personalized program. Everything about you, you put in, you create a personalized program based upon your background, your training history, what your job is, your goals, your motivation, what you're trying to do into the future. All of that goes through what we call the rule engine, which is the algorithm inside the system that my team and I built over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now, as we constantly update this to make sure the DolceDiet.com program is the most successful, the most intuitive, the most reliable of any of these programs. This is not a template program. This is a truly personalized online health and fitness weight loss centric program with a 100% money back guarantee. Who else does that? We do that because I care about you guys. Live internal. I'm listening, trying to learn. And remember, that's promo code Labor Day. If you guys go there, I want to make sure you get the discount. Some people go there, they don't get the discount, and I don't mind that extra money, but I want you to really get extra benefits, save some cash in the process. Howard, the breakfast bowl, probably the most filling meal I've ever had. Boom. Oh, Howard, I love the breakfast bowl. I go to bed early so I can wake up and have that breakfast bowl. Paul Hancock, oatmeal always fills me up all day. Well, it's as if Dr. Holt at the University of Sydney actually knew what they were doing when they created the satiety index. It's as if this has stood the test of time for the last 30 plus years, which it certainly has. And you guys have seen that. I love it. Sally, thanks for answering my questions. Heck yes, Sally. Eon says, F yeah, I need some fries in my life. Well, here's the thing. Boiled white potatoes ranked very high, number 1 on the satiety index. Fried potatoes, on the other hand, ranked lower. Once you fry the potato, and isn't this crazy? Once you eat the carbohydrate by itself, just the potato, let's say by itself, number 1 on the satiety index. Once you fry it, all of a sudden it dramatically drops down towards like the middle lower section of the list. As soon as you add the fat to it, isn't that crazy? I wonder what the keto community has to say about that. Fat actually makes it less satisfying. That's interesting, but that's true. So don't eat French fries thinking you're being healthy, because you're not. Jordan says that's why restaurants serve fries with everything. So I think I just helped that. Question, clear that up. Eon says OMAD. Yeah, OMAD is ridiculous. That's the 1 meal a day ridiculous program. MB Matthews, what's up, MB? Griffin, thanks for all the advice, Mike. I'm here for you guys. Scott, preach. What's up, Scott Schultz? Preach, Dolce. Hus. Nazif, is it okay to eat salmon every day? Wild caught salmon, I don't see a problem with that, but I would be getting my blood work done, and I would look for any sort of possible anomalies. You can look into mercury as something that is associated with high fish consumption. I would pay attention to that, but if you're getting a truly wild caught salmon, you should be okay, but this is not medical advice. Consult with your doctor before listening to this or any other health and fitness information. This is for entertainment purposes only. Of course, I must say these things. Michael Dirk said, how do you get the double bicep effect? Finished 3 weeks to Shredded today. Type 1 diabetic, 221 to 203. I never thought it could happen, and I never thought I would see my abs, but I did it and discovered my abs. Michael Dirksen. So actually, that is an amazing. Oh man, what am I doing here? No. What just happened? Can you guys still see me? I think you can still see me. Woo! Fix that. That was crazy. I almost just erased the entire screen. That's better. Nope, not like that. I'm actually screenshotting this, Michael Dirksen. That is perfect. Michael Dirksen, please hit me up on Instagram at The Dolce Diet. Michael Dirksen, DM me at The Dolce Diet on Instagram. I would love to have a deeper conversation with you. We're actually coming up with a video on type 1 diabetics, type 2 diabetics, and pre-diabetics, and the foods that you can eat specifically with regards to following the Dolce Diet principles. Michael Dirksen followed our 3 weeks to Shredded program as a type 1 diabetic, insulin dependent, and went from 221 to 203. Michael Dirksen, a type 1 diabetic, lost 18 pounds on our 3 weeks to Shredded program. What? Where's all the whole carbohydrates are bad for you and intermittent fasting is the only way and you have to be a ketogenic diet user so you don't die of diabetes or whatever they say out there? What? Here's Michael Dirksen. Mike, I'm so proud of you, my man. That is absolutely awesome. And that is not atypical of the results that we see. Although I must say, you must speak with your doctor before starting this or any diet and exercise program ever. This is not medical advice. This is just entertainment here where I'm just entertaining you guys. Got to be safe here. Michael Dirksen, please hit me up on Instagram at the Dolce Diet. I definitely want to have a chat with you. I'm so proud of you, man. 18 pounds down as a type 1 diabetic following our 3 weeks of shredded program at thedolcediet.com. And you can even try it if you wanted right now and save 20% with promo code Labor Day. Bang! I love this. I love my job. I love helping people. Angelo, F you, Uncle Mike, breakfast bowl every morning. It's amazing. All day, every day. Mehmet, coach, some people say you should be careful of eating dates, honey, white rice, and white potatoes. I put my stress on honey and dates. What is the highest rate of using these? Really, it based upon individual physiology, depends upon your lifestyle, depends upon your training history and experience. It depends upon a lot of things. For the average healthy adult that has no medical issues, we typically eat upwards of 4 servings of fruit per day, 4 servings of vegetables per day. That's a minimum for us most of the time. Dates are a part of our daily intake, depending on what part of the world you're in. Like over in the Middle East, dates are very popular over there. Most will eat dates very often, dates instead of bananas, let's say. That's a pretty good exchange for our Middle Eastern friends. They love them. It's part of the culture. Honey, my family we eat raw local honey every single day, a few teaspoons per day in my house, every day, raw local honey. That's actually absolutely amazing. White rice, white potatoes, that is part of the weekly rotation in my house. We're having mashed potatoes tonight. How do we make our mashed potatoes? We get whole potatoes, real white potatoes. We wash them really clean. We chop them up. We boil them, typically with the skins on to get that extra nutrient value. We bring them to a boil, a low boil, though, so they're still kind of, you can put the fork through it and you feel a little bit of resistance, but it doesn't kind of crumble and turn to dust. Mash the heck out of them. Then we add Greek yogurt. Grass-fed Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, 0 sugar, nothing added, just Greek yogurt. We'll throw that in there. A little bit of grass-fed butter, like a Kerrygold butter. We'll throw some salt and pepper in, and it is done. That's our mashed potatoes. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight with a whole baked chicken. Baby. Boiled white potatoes. Boiled white potatoes, mashed potatoes. Isn't that interesting? More satisfying than beef, more satisfying than equal caloric proportions of steak. Isn't that interesting? Huh. Crazy. What else? Sammy says, nothing I eat makes me feel full more than 30 minutes. I think I may have worms. Well, go to the doctor. If that's true, go to the doctor and get checked out. Always go to the doctor, guys and gals. Jordan says, hashtag I eat carbs. That's right. We have a few I eat carbs t-shirts available at dolcedietshop.com. Let me just put that in there if you guys want it. DIETSHOP.com. Actually, I just messed that up, of course. Almost there. .com. And I did that. So dolcedietshop.com, hashtag IEATCARBS SHIT. All right, there you go. So feel free to go to the dolcedietshop.com if you want to get one of the last few remaining I Eat Carbs t-shirts. Let them know. Mehmet says, hey, coach, Khabib versus Dustin, what a fight. What are your thoughts? I think it's going to be a great fight. I don't think Khabib is going to run through Poirier. I think it is going to be an amazing fight. It's going to be a very tough fight for both guys. I'm very excited. I never pick winners, and I'm friends with both guys. I like both guys. They're both good teams, so it's going to be an amazing one. This is one of the pay-per-views I will buy. I don't buy very many pay-per-views anymore. Sideball says carbs should only be eaten for people doing a lot of exercise. Oh, you're blah. Carbs put on water weight, raise blood sugar, and carbs don't fill me up as long as meat. Fact. If I eat carbs, I'm hungry in an hour or two. Oh, poor Cy. Poor you. Man, I'm just teasing with you because you're coming on kind of trolling my channel, but you're wrong, brah. Glucose is the body's preferred energy source. It's not ketones, my man. It's not ketones, and it's certainly not exogenous ketones, some synthetic crappy product that someone made just to sell back to you. It's certainly not that. Glucose, stored as glycogen, is the most effective energy source for the human body, period, the end, done, flat, blah. And no, you don't have to be an athlete, but you should be healthy, active, and athletic. Every human should be a healthy, active, athletic human. Every human should express their own internal athleticism, right? Every human should. Every human should be healthy and active and athletic. I don't care if you're an office worker. I don't care if you're a grandma. You should be healthy and active and athletic. So what are you saying, Sai? You're saying the entire human race should basically just dumb themselves down and become Wall-E? Like the movie Wall-E, right? We should be sitting in our little scooters all day, having meals, big gulps, and McDonald's, of course, hold the bun, hold the fries delivered to us. Is that what you're saying? That makes no sense. And if you believe placebo effect, confirmation bias, that carbohydrates don't fill you up, you're probably eating the wrong processed carbs, I would certainly assume. But by and large, unfortunately, you're wrong. Now, individual physiological variances do apply. So maybe you are one of the very, 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 very rare niche outliers. And if that's the case, that's fine. I'm not saying that's not possible. But by and large, the vast population of the planet disagrees with you and will not have the same physiological response as you do. And that's fine. I'm not mad at that. I certainly am aware of very niche individual variability. That's possible, but likely it's not true. I believe your confirmation bias and just seeing the way that you posted this is so strong, you believe it, therefore it becomes real, although it's not really real. It's not a, quote, fact, as you say. Enlightened Truth Seeker, I love you, Dolce. Keep spitting that fire. Ooh. Call me toothless, right? You guys know how to train your dragon. Of course, I have 2 toddlers at home, so I'm aware of that. I'm Howard McMillan. Boom, thumbs up. Thank you. And guys and gals listening to this channel, thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Leave a thumbs up if you appreciate this content. It lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. And hopefully it lets the people at YouTube know that this is actually pretty good information, all completely free for you guys. I appreciate that. And subscribe if you haven't already. Ryan Dawson says, no pills, no powders, no potions. Bang. That is what's up, my friend. And that is the truth. And that's what we do. Wow, lots more questions. I'm going to answer every one of these questions I'm going to answer for you guys. Let's go. Chopper Wells, hey, Coach Mike, it's Frank. Frank, what's up, my friend? I did the last DDC, but haven't heard back yet. Sent an email and a text. Frank, that email, possibly check your spam filter because it went out as a bulk email. Check that first, then shoot an email to support, and we will get taken care of. Frank, you passed. Bang! Newest coach, Frank Wells. DDC, Dolce Diet certified coach, and Muay Thai phenom, soon to be a household name in the world of combat sports. But Frank, you passed, my friend. Excited to have you on the team. Boom, my man. Jay, Javier, what's up, Javier? Please do the list again. I will basically oatmeal, or not oatmeal, boiled potatoes, number 1, the most satisfying of all foods, as created through the satiety index by Dr. Susan Holt et al., the University of Sydney, some 20 plus, almost 30 or so years ago. I think even over 30 years ago now, 90s to 2000, 2010, right around that 30 or so year mark. So boiled potatoes. Number 2 was fish. Number 3 is oatmeal, then oranges, then apples, then brown pasta, and then beef. Look how far down the list of hunger-filling foods beef is. Beef is relegated way down to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the number 7 spot, with boiled white potatoes, oatmeal, oranges, apples, and brown pasta all beating beef as far as being more filling. The level of satiety. This is the satiety index. Then we have beans and grapes. Then it says wholemeal bread, popcorn, even all bran, and then eggs, and then cheese. That's how far down eggs and cheese are. Crazy, right? And this was conducted of a very rigorous landmark, benchmark scientific study in which they had equal caloric servings of 38 different food items. Just to recap what the beginning of this video was, those of you who see all the new viewers of this video, if you go back and watch the first 10 minutes or so, I break it all down for you. It's there, but a little recap. Dr. Susan Holt, PhD of the University of Sydney et al. And friends, did a landmark study back in the 1990s or so, early 90s. I think it was published in 95, of the satiety index. They took 38 of the most common popular foods to determine what was the most filling. What increased or what brought about the least level of hunger. And how did they do this? They took 240 calorie servings of these 38 different food items. They fed it to a group of participants, of individuals to be a part of this study. They fed them the 240 calories or so of this individual food, and then they tested them every 15 minutes with a series of questions, basically based upon how they feel. Are you hungry yet? Are you hungry yet? How do you feel yet? They took all of that information, they aggregated all that information, but at the 2-hour mark, they then let them go to a buffet and eat whatever they wanted. And then they watched what they ate. They watched what they selected. And it turns out, so all this information put together was a very well-conducted study, actually. All this information put together clearly showed a distinct lowering or a distinct level of satiety in those who ate white potatoes, those who ate oatmeal, those who ate apples, those who ate oranges, those who ate brown pasta, those who ate fish, as opposed to those who ate beef. Beef was number 7th down the list. Although people will say, those in the high fat, high protein community will try and tell you that you should be eating meat and eggs. Well, that doesn't work. Peanuts were, god darn, peanuts ranked 84. Peanuts were less filling than white bread. White bread was given the score of 100. Boiled white potatoes was 323, nearly 3 times that of white bread, let's say, where beef was 176. Beef was only 1.76 more filling than white bread, where boiled potatoes was 3.23 or 3 times, 3.25 times that of white bread, just to help this out a little bit. Oatmeal was over twice. And then we look at peanuts, which I eat peanuts too, but peanuts were 70. Peanuts were 0.7% as filling, 0.70% as filling as white bread. That's the truth of it. So what does this mean to bring it back together? Boiled white potatoes, oatmeal, oranges, apples, brown pasta, all more filling than beef. What does that mean? That means an omnivore diet such as that we recommend of eating earth-grown nutrients in wide variety, local, organic, raw, or unprocessed, and is minimally prepared is the best nutrition program for you, with no time caps, no intermittent fasting, no time restricted eating. You don't have to worry about all that gobbledygook if you are eating the best possible, healthiest, cleanest foods. If you're being a little bit of an adult, you're being mindful, you're being intentional, you are good to go, and you will be amongst the most healthiest, most fit, most happy, most emotionally well-rounded, most socially adaptable human on the planet. And that's really what the goal is, right? Woo! Lots of talking going on. I need a little sip of my highly diluted Americano. Wow, it's getting late in the day. This is a Labor Day, by the way, guys and gals. I'm working for you on a holiday Monday. I'm grinding for you guys. Enlightened Truth Seeker. Are you making the breakfast bowl or just oatmeal? Likely not the breakfast bowl. He probably thinks the breakfast bowl is going to give him cancer, diabetes, and obesity all in the same day. Billy K, I never ate oatmeal before Dolce, but I am surprised how filling it is with fruit, nuts, seeds, etc. as the breakfast bowl is laid out for you guys. I'll actually do a video on the breakfast bowl for you. Nazif says, make sure you are not eating instant oats. Who would eat instant oats, Nazif? I agree. Thank you. Adrian, hey, coach, what is your opinion on eating immediately after a workout? Mixed opinions out there on its importance within 45 minutes, for example, or not at all. I agree. I say usually somewhere within 30 to 90 minutes post-workout, depending. I most likely will have a whey protein isolate, let's say, after a hard resistance training session and after more of a glycolytic, let's say an endurance style, sprint style type of workout, or even something that's a little slower and longer. I'll probably do some sort of like, I'll do a coconut water with some blended blueberries. I might do like a beet juice or something like that. We definitely go all natural, like a juice or a smoothie. CalCretePumping.com. What's up, Cal? Thumbs up, brother. I appreciate that. Enlightened Truth Seeker. Hey, Adrian, fuel before you drive and recover post-workout. Games and vlogs. Hello, what's up, Games? Gatish. Hey, Mike. F you, Gatish. Or Gitish. I just finished UFC Fit. Can we see another UFC Fit program again, like a sequel? Yes, I am working on a sequel now, though it will not be under the UFC banner. Love the UFC. We had great time there, but I completely run my own business, which means I'm completely in control of all content and everything else. I am working on my own similar style of 12-week in-home full body training program. But remember, UFC Fit, I completely created myself. Every word, every exercise was created by me. The book was written by me. The entire workout was created by me. It was 100% my brain trust, to which I sold to the UFC effectively. And the UFC, what an amazing partner in that process, although they were the big boss, and what an honor to have done that. But I have a new program that will be coming out soon. Chopper Frank also did the 4-week program just to experiment with the system right up until my weigh-ins. Day 5, feeling strong. Heck yeah, Frank. That's awesome. Keep me posted, my friend. Games and Vlogs says, you look strong. I am strong, baby. I am strong. I am way stronger than I look, too. Let me tell you that. Johannes, why are you against keto? Why are you against keto? I'm sorry. I'm just having some fun with you, Johannes. I'm not against keto. But I am for honesty. I am for integrity. I am for transparency. And guess what? Most of the people following these bull beep, I'm not cursing here. Most of the people following what they think to be a ketogenic diet never actually attain the metabolic state of ketosis. So what does that mean? That means they stole your money, brah. That means they stole your money, man. That means you never actually got into ketosis following some BS keto-like program that never got you into ketosis in the first place. Yet you give all the credit to being in ketosis, but you were never in ketosis. Therefore, you never followed a ketogenic diet. You only follow a lower carbohydrate or a carb control diet. And that's the whole point of what I talk about. That yes, carbohydrates are good. You should be eating carbohydrates in a controlled format based upon individual physiology, based upon your lifestyle, your background, and based upon your goals moving forward. So I'm not against the metabolic state of ketosis, not at all. And every so often, I will put our clients into a state of ketosis for very, 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 very specific goal sets for a very, 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 very limited period of their life. To which the ketogenic hucksters out there, they want the mass majority of the population. Is that that's the wrong way to say it, but the majority of the population, they're trying to trick you guys thinking that you should be following a ketogenic diet year round. And now, because keto is dying, right? Nobody's really following keto very much anymore because they're like, man, that thing didn't work the last year and a half or so. That really didn't work too well. So now they're all trying to jump into the intermittent fasting world. Look at all the keto heads from a year or two ago who are now becoming intermittent fasting experts. What does that mean? That means they are selling their souls to steal your money. While I sit over here telling you the truth, the same thing year after year after year after year. And you missed the earlier part of my program to sell my own product. Do you know how much money I would make if I just flipped the switch and I threw up a keto banner? If I threw out a keto product, do you know how much money I would make? Like, do you know how much money I'm losing by not selling my soul to sell you keto? Because I guarantee you, Johannes, if the Dolce Diet came out with a keto product, you would buy it. Your friends would buy it. Your teammates would buy it. Everyone you know would buy it. Everyone who sees it would buy it because the Dolce Diet is one of the most effective, healthy weight loss and performance programs in the history of sport, of programs. We have a track record that is easily verifiable, easily searchable from the world's greatest athletes, Hollywood celebrities, world title holders, professional sports, Olympic medalists, NCAA collegiate national champions, All-Americans. We have a resume, which is a who's who list of the most athletic, the most stupendous, the most perfect bodies. Why would you not buy a keto program from us? The only reason you won't buy it is because I don't sell it, because I don't believe in it, because it is BS. That's why I don't sell it. That's why I sit here telling you guys the truth. Hey, you don't even have to buy anything from me. How about that? You don't have to buy anything from me. You just need to eat a widely diverse diet based upon earth-grown nutrients, which are whole foods that are organic, natural, local, fresh, in season, minimally processed, minimally prepared to the point of safety. Really, that's all. What does that mean? It means you eat all the healthy stuff that's around you, that's in season. You eat in moderate portions, spread evenly throughout the day based upon activity and individual physiology. If you got a little thyroid issue, if you got a little, blood sugar issue, if you got a little cardiac issue, if, maybe you're an overnight shift worker, you got some other things like that. So then you have the individual variability that you pay attention to. That's actually really easy to do, and you don't have to pay me a penny. Now, if you did want something structured from one of the greatest teams in the history of nutrition and weight management, well, you could go to thedolcediet.com and use promo code Labor Day and save 20% on a 4-week or 12-week personalized online program if you wanted to, but you don't have to, because I'm going to be giving you guys free information anyway. So it's up to you. It's up to you. I mean, I'm not selling you anything. I'm sharing it with you. If you want it, it's there, but that's it. I'm not sweeping you into some clickbait sales funnel. You're not getting chased around the internet by all these little Google AdWord pop-ups, right? I'm not changing my song every 6 months when a new fad diet pops up, right? Like all these other fools are. There you go. This is honest information, evidence-based, actionable information. Take it or leave it. I'm telling the truth. Zazin, minimum amount and type of exercise for an adult male. I would say a minimum of 30 minutes 3 times per week. I really shoot for 30 to 90 minutes 3 to 5 times per week. Chapin Johnson says, Johannes, you can use most of his products on a keto diet. So thank you, Chapin. Peter, I'm trying to introduce my girl to the program. What's a good recipe to start cooking as the first meal? The breakfast bowl. The breakfast bowl. You can right now download on your Kindle, on your Nook, the ebook on iTunes. We have the Living Lean Cookbook Volume 2. This spent 36 months in the iTunes 10 list. Pretty freaking awesome, right? So you can go and download that right now. And I'd say just have your girl pick what recipe that she thinks looks delicious. I would say start with the breakfast bowl, which is amazing. And it really does suit this video, right? The number 3 most satiating food. It's more so than beef, more so than eggs, more so than nuts, more so than cheese. Of course, sorry, keto carnivore people, but it's true. I would say start with that. We have a no bread chicken parm that's amazing. Our power pasta, which is incredible. There's so many great recipes on there. Chapin, I'm sure I'll explain it. Well, I think I did. Z Swizzle, if I want to have a drink on the weekend, what to drink? Water, fresh brewed green tea, black coffee. What? Do you think you're going to come on this channel and Uncle Mike's going to tell you to start drinking alcohol, right? What, do you think I'm going to tell you to start snorting coke and shooting heroin and eating maybe a Taco Bell? Why not? And some Coke Zero? No, that's not the information. You are going to get the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information delivered to you with love. I am talking to you guys like you are my family, like you are my nieces and nephews, because I'm Uncle Mike here, and I'm probably just a touch older than the majority of you from looking at my YouTube, statistics, looking at the global reach. I have a massive following between 25 and 44 years old. I'm 43 years old, so I'm just at the top of it. So I'll say I'm your super cool Uncle Mike here, just keeping it real with you guys. Though we have a great following between 45 and 54, awesome, and even from 18 to 24. So we are very, very, very well represented. You guys are very well represented here in the channel. But it's we go hard in the paint between 25 and 35. And then, 35 and 44. That's, probably 70% of you guys listening right now. And then pretty equal 18 to 24 and then 45 to 54. And it's funny that the 18 or that the 44 to 54 actually watches these videos longer than everybody else, which is pretty cool also. So I'm your really cool Uncle Mike. I'm just telling you guys the truth. That's all. I'm Jeremy Jones. F you, Dolce. F you, Jeremy. I recently started working 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. My Muay Thai Jits classes are at noon, 7 p.m. Should I force myself to train at noon on 3 to 4 hours of sleep? Nope. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Absolutely. And lift instead. Absolutely. I will never, ever, ever tell you to sleep less than 7.5 hours per night, ever. There's a saying, sleeping less than 6 hours is as if you did not sleep at all. You must be sleeping past 6 hours. And really, it's at 7.5 to 9 hours. That is the magic time for your health. I will change my job. I will not exercise. I would rather not exercise than sleep less than 7.5 hours. By far. I would rather get in like 10 minutes of some high intensity body weight squat burpee push-up, like our 20-minute morning. I would rather do that to scale into my life. You will look better. You will feel better. You will be leaner. You will be stronger. You will perform better. Abso-freaking-lutely all day long. That is the truth of it. Games and vlogs. How old are you? I am 43 years young. Bang! Bicep of truth right there. You 25-year-olds, baby. You want to keep up with Uncle Mike? You better go and buy a bike. You better buy an engine to keep up with me, because you cannot. You might be able to work as hard as me, ladies and gentlemen, but you will never outwork me. I can guarantee you that. Look at me sitting in my office on Labor Day for an hour now. I've been here for almost 3 hours now, delivering you free content. An hour on this stream alone. I shot another stream actually earlier, which I'll probably put up tomorrow. I just need a little bit more content, and Instagram was down today, so I need a little Insta help on that one. Danny, Mike, we need a collab with Faraz. Also a Joe Rogan appearance. Spread the truth. Anytime Mr. Rogan wants to chat it up, I am certainly here. And Faraz, I'll be seeing Faraz here pretty soon in the fall, so it will be good to have a new chat with Faraz. Always love sitting with Coach Faraz. Zazen said, when are you doing a money investment focused video? Let's say Wednesday. I was going to do it today, make it Money Monday, but this information was too important, I felt, today. So let's say Wednesday will be our finance day. That'll be a fun one. Addie Lyons, do you eat hot dogs? No. I mean, I would probably have had one of the organic beef hot dogs, maybe one of them, maybe two of them in the last 3 years, probably. And that would be in a time I call situational eating, which would be like at a barbecue, and then there's some of these organic hot dogs sitting there, and it was given to me, and I was like, all right, let me have one. But I'd say I'm pretty positive it's one, but I don't want to lie to you guys, so I'll double it and say two in the last 3 years. Nick Fowler, starting 3 weeks of shredded tomorrow. Boom, but confused by bacon. Turkey bacon for the 3-egg scramble lunch. Grocery store only has butterball turkey bacon slices. Should I hit Whole Foods? Absolutely hit Whole Foods. You're only eating 1 to 2 slices. It's way worth it to spend a couple extra dollars on it, because it's going to last you probably more than a week, for sure. And guys and gals, if you wanted to, go to thedolcediet.com today and use promo code Labor Day, the biggest sale of the year. You will save 20% off our 4-week and 12-week personalized diet and exercise program. That is the 3 weeks of shredded program and the living lean program, all at thedolcediet.com, available for you. Promo code Labor Day. Save 20% off today only. Get that money. Gatish says, hey, Mike, how was your experience making UFC Fit? Any sequel? Absolutely. UFC Fit was one of the greatest experiences of my life. I was handpicked by Mr. Lorenzo Fertitta and Dana White to be the face and creator of the UFC Fit program. They entrusted in me millions, tens of millions of dollars in order to create this for them, and I am so proud and humbled by the opportunity to do so. I was also able to sit and work with and work alongside Mr. Mark Mastrov, who was the owner of the 24-hour fitness chain and sold it for, I think, $1.2 billion, and then bought the Sacramento Kings basketball team. So I had the ability to work with some of the greatest minds in health and fitness, to be around billionaires, leaders of industry, tycoons, some of the smartest, coolest, most helpful, intelligent humans on the planet. I had the ability, not just on the fitness side, I had the ability to mentor to be a mentee under these great human beings, these brilliant minds. Much of my success as a professional is as a result of having spent the 5 years working with those brilliant people. So it was an amazing experience. Plus working with Kendall Hogan, and Kenta CK and Heather Graham and Mike Wade, and Michelle Manisculo, just so many amazing people that were a part of that team. Don Gold, of course, my brother Don Gold. So many amazing people. F you, Peter. F you, Peter. So look, and here's funny. I probably wouldn't, but Johannes, again, who now seems to be a troll, says, I couldn't be bothered with a 1-hour video on why intermittent fasting is BS. Mind giving me the TLDR? And it's uneducated, lazy people like you, Johannes, that are exactly what I said. And what did I say? I said intermittent fasting is a hoax. And I said on my Twitter page 2 days ago, intermittent fasting is for lazy people. Right? You, my friend, are a lazy person, too lazy to educate yourself. too lazy to educate yourself. Therefore, you're going to listen to a soundbite and you're going to pretend that's real. And then you're going to come and troll on the page, acting as if you know something when really you don't know anything. My strong suggestion, my friend, is for you to become a member of this community, to let this play in the background while you're driving, while you're at work, while you're sitting on the toilet or doing whatever you're doing, and listen to this content. And then please research everything I say. That's what I want. I don't want anyone here to believe anything I say. Do not take anything I say as fact or as real. Go and research it first, and then you determine, because I know you're going to be like, oh, wow, Dolce was right. Dolce was right. Dolce was right. I didn't know that. I'm so glad I did my research. That now you are capable. You are capable of dictating your own future. That's my job as a coach. My job as a coach is to teach you guys. And I have my own personality, my own way to do that. And I certainly have some fun and I joke around, but I do it with compassion and I do it with love. So, Johannes, I consider you my nephew with respect. I'm your Uncle Mike here, and I am here to help you. I will bust your chops, but I will also put my arm around you and walk with you on this educational journey to live a better life. That's why you're here, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to help you guys. Peter says, F you, Dolce. F you, Peter. Sham Finn. Great content, Dolce. What's your thoughts on Mark Sisson's Primal Blueprint? You know, I don't know the tenets of what Mark has out there. So I really can't honestly offer an opinion. It would be irresponsible of me to do so. And I've seen little soundbite, but that's not fair to Mark if I say something that's out of context. Jay Swizzle started following your principles, was 365, now 266. So Jay Swizzle is down 100 pounds following the Dolce diet principles, which is not intermittent fasting. It's not time-restricted eating. There is not a sniff of ketosis around. You're not only eating fats and proteins. You're eating a wide variety of earth-grown nutrients. And yes, you're eating quite a bit of carbohydrates. You're eating fruit all day long. And look, he lost 100 pounds. He lost 100 pounds. So all of the fasters out there and all the keto heads out there and all the 1 meal a day people out there, I feel bad for you because you are on a fool's errand. And eventually you will find your way back to the same principles that have sustained all of life on this planet since the dawn of time, and the same principles utilized by the blue zone cultures on this planet, which are the healthiest humans by geographic region to ever live, and also by the world's greatest athletes who compete at the highest levels. That's what the Dolce diet is. So anytime you're ready, come on back. Jay Swizzle, I'm so proud of you. Gatish, hey Mike, how was your experience? I answered that. Games and vlogs, yep. Jay Swizzle, yep. Gatish, hey Mike, I answered that. Gatish says, hey Mike, what do you think about CM Punk's UFC career? You know, you got to give CM Punk credit because he did it. He did it. He trained for it. He devoted his time to it. He stepped in there and he did it, but he lost. And it became very obvious and very clear that he had no business being inside the UFC octagon. No business at all. It would have been much better. And he was too famous to just go to a local amateur or regional show. He was too famous for that. But he made over $1 million doing it over 2 fights. So I'm not mad at him, but he just didn't belong there. And that's not a critical assessment. Well, that's not a overly critical assessment. He just didn't belong there from a competitive perspective. Just like most of the UFC fighters can't go and do what he did in the WWE. No way. Live internal. Hey, Mike, I just joined. Excited, man. Got to get my fat ass lean. I use the Labor Day code. Thank you. Bang. Live International just went to the dolcediet.com and joined our online membership program where you can sign up for our 4-week personalized 3 weeks to shredded program or our 12-week 3 weeks to shredded plus living lean program. You can start or finish with the 3 weeks to shredded program there. That is at thedolcediet.com using promo code Labor Day to save 20%. Ours is the most successful, the most effective health-based weight loss program ever devised, as proven by the world's greatest athletes, Hollywood celebrities. I should say the greatest athletes and Hollywood celebrities for over 20 years now. For over 20 years, our world-class athletes have had a 100% success rate while competing at world-class levels in weight class-oriented sports. No one else can make that claim. All the PhDs out there and the MDs and the DOs and the RDs, they can't make that claim. But we can make that claim because we're the best at it. Gatti says, almond butter versus peanut butter. We do both. Jay Swizzle, appreciate you, Dolce. Save my life. You are for real. I appreciate that. Thank you. Uh-oh. Let me hold on. Dolce Diet Shop. Saved my life. Got you. Zazine, I'm still getting Stan Efferding on. He has an interesting take on nutrition. Of course, he takes a lot of Mexican supplements, but he's open about it. Stan's great. I will get him on eventually. It's been crazy. He's on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast now. I'll get him on, though. Hey, Mike, how was your experience? I answered that. Mehmed, what's up, Mehmed? Michael DeLuca, hey, coach, down 10 pounds since I started, 3 weeks to shredded. Halfway to my 180-pound goal, actually have put on more muscle at 50 than I did at 30. Not sure why. Michael, I love this. So Michael DeLuca is a 50-year-old currently following our 3 weeks to shredded program and is already down 10 pounds, having put on muscle during this process. And people say, Jeff Cavalier, Athlete Next, it's impossible to add muscle unless you're taking testosterone over 35. Jeff, I love you. I think you got a great channel, but that is categorically false. It's false, Jeff. You're an exercise physiologist. I believe you are not a nutrition expert. Jeff, you look great and all that. I'm not mad at you, but it is very possible. It is actually probable once you actually eat the right foods in the right combinations to supply the proper nutrients to the body under the implied stress of stimulation. Once you are doing that, then yes, you can grow muscle. You can add muscle. You can increase muscle, even as we're 35 or 45 or 55. We see that. We prove that, and science certainly supports that. Once the nutrition is perfect, once the training is perfect, once the rest is perfect, and stress management, of course, is perfect. And I'm sure this is what Michael DeLuca is doing. He is following our 3 weeks to shredded program, which is a weight loss program, but he added muscle. Now, why is this? How is this possible on a weight loss program? 3 weeks to shredded was devised for our world-class athletes getting ready for mixed martial arts competition, for combat sports. They had to be as lean and light as possible the day before the most rigorous athletic competition of their life. We could not risk losing a single gram of lean muscle tissue in this process. We could not risk giving up any athletic advantage in this process. So 3 weeks to shredded, a proprietary program from the Dolce Diet, was created over, 20 plus years ago, 30 years ago, the development really started, but it was perfected, I would say, about 20 or so years ago, became very popular 12 years ago from a content perspective when word got out that it actually existed, and has since become a #1 bestseller in 5 different countries, #1 on Amazon, #1 in Barnes & Noble, #1 on iTunes, Kindle, Nook. I forget all the places right now, which is probably a good thing, maybe, because it's so effective. That's why, and that's what he was able to do. That's what 3 weeks to shredded is, and it's available at thedolcediet.com in a personalized online format for you guys on your mobile, on your tablet, on your laptop. Everything is there for you guys. Everything is there for you. Every ingredient, every meal, every recipe, plus a weekly grocery list, every workout, every exercise, every set, every rep, with video tutorials you can actually see on your phone. How cool is it? You're at the gym, you're like, what is a Jefferson squat? Oh, there it is. That's cool. What is a lying incline tricep extension? Oh, there it is, right there on the phone, on your phone. It's right there for you guys. Everything is there for you. That's all at thedolcediet.com. And today we have our biggest discount of the year. It is a 20% discount, promo code Labor Day. Start it right now. Ben Boyer's in the house. What's up, Ben? And Michael DeLuca, I'm actually screenshotting that. That is going into our database of amazing testimonials. And Michael, if you want to hit me up on Instagram, at the Dolce Diet on Instagram, I would love to learn more about your transformation. And any one of you out there who's listening, I know we have many, many, many of you who have actually gone through our system in some way, shape, or form. If you care to share your progress, hit me up on Instagram at the Dolce Diet. Shoot me a DM. I would love to learn more about it. I'm here. I'm Uncle Mike. I'm here. Drums of War, what's up? Hobbs Rule, hey, Yipper, Ron here with the 3 weeks. Will the 3 weeks shredded work for us over 50-year-old men? And what are the workouts like, body weight, etc.? Well, Yipper, just go up and look at Michael DeLuca. Michael DeLuca at 50 years old is already down 10 pounds and has put on muscle. So yes, Yipper, it does work extremely well for my amazing friends up over the 50-year-old. Remember, I'm 43. I'm not that far away from you guys. I lost 24.2 pounds to lead into the summer following the 3 weeks to shredded program. I felt absolutely amazing. I'm just about to jump on again, not to really lose weight because I felt so freaking good doing it. I felt absolutely amazing. And Ron, remember, use promo code Labor Day, save 20%, promo code Labor Day, save that cash, man. Mahmed says, Coach, a little personal. What kind of razor do you use? Honestly, I used to use the head blade, but I started using my wife's Venus razors for ladies to shave their leg. They're pink razors called the Venus. One Venus razor, I shave my entire head. It's perfect. I'll use it I'll keep it in, I'll wash it off, I'll put a little witch hazel on it, keep it in my shower. I'll use one razor for the entire week, and I shave my head usually every other day or so, unless I get real lazy. The Venus razor, very inexpensive, way less expensive than razor blade. I mean, if razor blade wanted to give me a sponsorship, then hey, that's something I could probably get behind, because that worked really well. Razor, was it head blade worked really well, but I went through razors pretty fast. I'm not nearly as fast with the Venus. Mike DeLuca says, Ron, it works, meaning 3 weeks of shut. Awesome, Michael. Ian Enke, wow, I caught you while you were live. I only managed that once. Hope you're doing well. Enke, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Remember, guys and gals, subscribe to this channel. Click on notifications. I do these impromptu lives all the time. So if you want to get onto the live, you want me to answer your questions, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, click on notifications so you know. You get a little pop-up on your phone or something like that when I go live, so you can hop on and take part in the channel. I mean, I'm on here for an hour and 10 minutes already. Landmark benchmark. I know. A landmark study, which is now a benchmark. How about that? That sounds better. I talk fast. That's the problem sometimes. Andrea, question. One of my jobs, I work horse shows. I eat Dolce style. It's hot. I drink a lot of water, but I bloat up. So much water retention. What can I do to get rid of it? Well, you're working the show. How often are you able to use the restroom? I understand that. I actually grew up on a racetrack. My father was a thoroughbred racehorse trainer. So I grew up on the racetrack, and I understand you're working, and sometimes you can't get to the restrooms and do the things that you have to do. So if you can try and get yourself into a situation where you have more access to frequent restroom visits, that might be a good way. Or I would stage my water intake throughout the day. I would drink my water at specific times throughout the day, knowing the time I would be using the restroom. I wouldn't just kind of be drinking. We get in the habit of sometimes drinking when we're a little bored, or drinking just when we have time. I would break up the ingestion throughout the day and make it a little more manageable. Frank, haha, awesome. Thank you. Got it, Frank. Peter, F you all day. Thanks, Peter. Angel, preach, Dolce. Let these people know. F you, Dolce. F you, Angel. Mehmed, coach. Who do you think can beat Khabib? I do not see. I think Tony Ferguson will be a tough fight. I think Dustin's going to be a tough fight. Outside of that, man, outside of Tony and Dustin, it's hard to see someone at 55 right now who's got the chops to beat Khabib. Khabib's awesome, man. His wrestling, his relentless pace, it's something special. Travis, I've been working out with mainly bands and steel mace, cleaned up diet, and quit soda. I haven't weighed myself, but my clothes fit loose after 2 weeks. Great job, Travis. I'm proud of you. Chloe, what's up, Chloe? Kubin recently tried a max on bench 235 with wrist wraps and neutral wrists. During that, I crushed my ulnar nerve, so now every press, my arm goes numb. Thoughts, go to your doctor and get a diagnosis. Only work under a doctor's care. Take your time. Do not let something like this turn into a long-term issue. Right? This is treatable. Likely it's treatable. Go to your doctor, get a diagnosis, get a treatment plan together, and get it fixed. Don't mess around. Adrian, bang, 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 bang. Thank you, guys. And thank you for the thumbs up on this video. I appreciate that. It lets me know you're there. It lets me know you care. If you haven't given us a thumbs yet, bang, bang. Just give a little thumbs up. That's awesome. I appreciate it. And always feel free to leave comments after the video post, because I always come back in and answer, as you can see in my other videos. Andrea says, so excited about a new program. Love UFC Fit. Been using it since 2014. Need new content. New content's coming soon. Peter, I love the entrepreneurial spirit. Right on, Peter. Thank you. You know that's what we do. We are here. We are here to build businesses and build bodies. Luis Delgado, coach, what is the best way to go about adding 300 to 500 calories throughout the day for each meal? I would spread that over all my meals. I wouldn't add one, because I eat 400 to 500 calorie meals per day. I would add just a little bit, maybe 50 to 100 calories per meal. You should be good to go. Aaron, anything I can do for feeling bloated? Well, are you sleeping? Are you getting proper sleep? Do you have constipation? Number one, I would go to the doctor. Would get a complete wellness test done. I would make sure that you're completely healthy. Anytime you guys have any sort of anomaly or any weird issue, go to your doctor first. Honestly, don't just go to some dude on a podcast or dude on the internet. Go to your doctor first, get a licensed practitioner to offer a medical diagnosis. The worst case scenario, your doctor tells you you are completely healthy. And from there, we can start drilling down a little deeper. I would look into my diet, look into my exercise. I would look into my stress levels, look into my sleep. Dylan Kaiser says, Mike, you have changed my life. Bang! Dylan, I'm so proud to be a small part of your lifestyle change. We are here for you, and every day we will get better together. Excuse me. Dexa, I think, says, nice. I think it's Dexa. I'm going to call you Dexa. Thanks, Dexa. Kubin, a first podcast or whatever that I've never, ever enjoyed. No bullshit. Kubin, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Remember, this channel, the Mike Dolce Show, the Dolce Diet, this is the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information you will find. I am not paid by anybody. I am beholden to none. I will tell you the truth 100% of the time. I'm not out there chasing cash. I got some products and services and things like that. If you want to pick them up and buy them, fine, feel free. But I am coming in hot every day with free, actionable, evidence-based information, and I am telling the truth. I will tell you when it is awesome, and I will tell you when it sucks. Flat out, that's what I am known for. That's my brand. That's who I am. I am a coach. I'm the 4-time trainer of the year, by the way. Sports Illustrated said Mike Dolce is the most sought after coach in professional sports. Bang! Mic drop. I'm just telling you guys the truth. I've built the reputation. I've built the credibility. All I have to do is tell you guys the truth. That's all I want to do. That's why I'm here. That's why you should subscribe to this channel and make sure you know when I'm back on live. And here I am, an hour and 15 minutes deep on Labor Day. I am working for you because the grind never stops and you guys need the help. I figure more people will be home, be able to watch this, and I want to get this information out for you. So, Kubin, thank you. Chapin says, you're the man, Mike. I watch your videos and David Goggins to help keep me on track. Heck yeah, man. Goggins is a savage. Phil Torres, yo, Mike, I take 4 to 5. Man, that just blurred away. I take 4 to 5 calcium, magnesium, 100 milligram cabs, 1 to 1 every night, about 1 hour before bed. I sleep like a baby and work and wake hard as a rock. Sorry, too much information, but it's true. Stay the course. Phil, well, thank you. Well, that is a lot of information, but that is typical. So good for you. I'm happy you're happy. What's good? Travel tip and eating on the road. Lean, green, and clean. Lean proteins, green vegetables, and clean burning carbohydrates. That is the rule. I can travel the world, which I do all the time, with no food with me, or I do bring my food because I have a black pack. The black pack is available at dolcedietshop.com. If you do not have a black pack, you need to go to dolcedietshop.com and look at my invention. I invented the black pack. It is the most efficient form of travel. It has its own built-in hot, cold cooler. It comes with 4 pop-top food containers. It's made from copper woven antimicrobial material that you can wipe out with an alcohol swab. It's TSA approved. You don't have to take your laptop out of it. It has padded straps that are adjustable to your height, to your weight, to your circumference. You can slide it onto the handle of your suitcase and grab it and go. It even has a little side bag for contraband, if you know what I'm saying. So having a pack like that has everything I need, that it's in there, that's ideal. But lean, green, and clean, and drink lots and lots and lots of water. And remember, 2 pair of underwear and 2 pair of socks should be packed for every single day that you're traveling. Anything else doesn't really matter. 2 pair of socks and 2 pair of underwear for every day that you travel. That is Uncle Mike's number 1 rule. Giacomo, yo, paisan. Hey, Mehmet. Dolce, gold word. Intermittent fasting is for lazy people who are lazy to even educate themselves. Bang, Mehmet. That's the truth. Nick Porter, what's up, Nick? Oh yeah, F you too, Nick. Giacomo, don't think the Laura Ingalls family on Little House on the Prairie in 1886 was keto or intermittent fasting. F you, Dolce. F you, Giacomo. Keto case. Is this a good pre-workout smoothie? Kale, spinach, chard, oats, blueberries, hemp seeds, and MCT oil. I drink that after I do 30 minutes of lists, then train for about 30 minutes after the smoothie. I'm not opposed to it. How do you feel? I mean, if you feel good, if you feel energized, if it's not too much bulk matter in your stomach to train and you feel good, that sounds great. That might be the MCT oil. I kind of feel, I'm not a big fan personally. I'm not a big fan of the MCT personally because I feel it kind of like glogging, if that's a word, through my digestive system. But if you feel good, I'm not mad at it. Real. F you, Dolce. F you, real. Where the F is your way isolate, and why is Marty not signing to fight at MSG? Colby said yes. Dana White said he wants to. I don't know what's up with Marty or Kamaru Usman. I don't know, man. That's a big fight. I heard he was hurt though, so maybe that's why. Whey protein isolate. That's something you'll hear about in the near future. Bruce says, why did you move from Vegas to New Jersey? Well, actually, we're bi-coastal. We still own properties in Las Vegas and our business in Las Vegas, but also on the East Coast because the East Coast is beautiful. Why not be bi-coastal? Our business is global, so it's very nice to have offices on the East Coast and the West Coast so we can work with, people around the world and we can travel back and forth. You guys know that my family and I, we do travel quite a bit. And the way world and society is these days, it's very nice to be that type of free. So it was a decision. I am a real estate investor. As some of you do know, I actually love real estate. And I travel the country finding great deals. So sometimes when I'm not building bodies and building my own businesses, I'm building my real estate portfolio. So that is your answer. And I will start talking more about real estate on this channel. I might have to build or create a separate channel for that because most of you people, what do you mean you people, Dolce? I mean, most of you guys come here for fitness content and I get that. So I don't want to annoy you if I'm talking about, fitness or if I'm talking about like finance and real estate stuff, though a lot of you, like 30% of you want more of that. I might just build off a secondary channel for that for you guys to not, dilute the content. Joe, what's up, Joe? F you, Dolce. F you, Joe. Nick Porter says, I'm having extreme difficulty losing the last little bit of fat around the bottom size. I'm down to 7.5% body fat. Can I do morning jogs? Fasted or more for more fat burn? If not, what do I eat before the morning jog? I would do lists at your stage now. You're talking about that very stubborn, gender specific body fat. What I would do, then here's what I would do with you. And this is the absolute truth. I would wake up, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell me what to do, right? Because I'm not prescribing a nutrition program because that would be ill-advised. This is not medical advice. I'm not a medical doctor, and this is for entertainment purposes only. So I'm not telling you what to do. If I were at 7.5% body fat, and if I just couldn't lose that last little bit of stubborn gender-specific body fat, what I would do is I would wake up a little earlier than I normally do. I would probably wake up with the sun or not long thereafter. I would wake up, I would drink 32 ounces of room temperature water. I would then have a double shot of espresso. With that double shot of espresso, I might consider taking 2.5 milligrams of yohimbine HCl. And based upon how my body responded to the yohimbine HCl, every 3 days, I would likely increase that dosage by about 2.5 milligrams. This is what I would personally do. That would be prior to going for a 60-minute walk. Low intensity, steady state, cardiovascular activity in the absence of insulin has a much higher rate of effectiveness in reducing gender-specific stubborn body fat. This is something I would do. I would then come home after that 60-minute walk. I would drink another 32 or 16 ounces or so of room temperature water. I would take my shower. I would wash off, Freudian slip maybe. And I would start the day with my breakfast bowl. I would be very calorie controlled at this point because now where you are personally is where I would be at that point. So I would be very focused on my calories. I would be very calorie controlled throughout the day. I would be making sure I was creating a deficit through exertion, not a deficit through nutrient reduction. I would be looking to also hit certain refeeds. I would probably be hitting a refeed every 2 to 3 days where I zigzag my carbohydrates and my calories up a little higher, usually on higher intensity days. That would be like a heavy squat workout. I would still be training very heavy. I would be averaging 6 to 8 repetitions per set on multi-joint compound movements with approximately 90 to 120 seconds between those sets. I would likely be training in a push-pull leg system. I would be training 4 to 6 days per week. Might do upper body push on Monday, upper body pull on Tuesday, legs on Wednesday, day off on Thursday. But I would put some GPP, some general physical preparedness, which would be farmers walks or sled drags or something like that. And I would repeat that again. That's what I would personally do. Joe, what's up, Joe? F you, Joe. Brandon, what do you think about the Gracie diet, Uncle Mike? I like that the Gracie diet talks about earth-grown foods only. I don't like the Gracie diet focuses on the extreme separation of complementary food groups. The Gracie diet in many ways, and this is going back, I haven't really read any updated versions of the Gracie diet. So this is what my knowledge base is of about 10 or so years ago. And I'm good friends with many members of the Gracie family, which just amazing relationships and long-term bonds that we have. So, and we've had this conversation. The exclusionary food pairings is one of the issues that I would disagree with. And I think science also highlights that that's not the most efficient. Although I do love how the Gracie diet focuses on eating real food that is very similar to the Dolce diet and it being wild, organic, fresh, and local. I love that part of it. My man, any DDCs outside of the US? I do not think this year. Right now, no, not right now. We might be considering doing one over in the UK anytime soon. Luis Delgado, boom, super chat, $4.99. Guys, remember, when you donate to the super chat, you jump the line. You jump the line in the super chat, everybody. And you get your question answered. Luis Delgado jumps in with a $4.99 donation to the super chat. When adding calories to each meal, what should we start with first, protein or carbs? Thank you, Coach, for helping us even on Labor Day. Oh, I appreciate that. Well, typically, your protein should be relatively static. What does that mean? That means Monday through Sunday, I'm going to be eating approximately the same amount of protein per day. Let's say it's 1 gram per pound of relatively lean muscle mass. I weigh 200 pounds. I'm 10% body fat. I have about 180 pounds of lean body mass. I'm taking in about 180 grams of protein per day. Now, that could be, let's say, anywhere between 150 and 210 or so, just on average. I'm keeping that relatively static. The carbohydrates and the fat are the ones that I'm typically zigzagging up a little bit. Now, I'm going to keep my carbs or my fat relatively static also. The carbohydrates are the ones that I'm going to play with just a little bit more. I'm going to bring them up and I'm going to bring them down based upon how my body's responding, based upon my energy output, based upon how fast or slow I'm actually losing body fat. That's something to really focus on. And be conscious of how you feel during this process. Luis Delgado, if you have any more questions, I think that was as complete of an answer as I could give. If you have any follow-ups, I know you just donated. I'm happy to give you a deeper answer with any follow-up questions. And Nanny says, are BCAAs necessary before fasting cardio to prevent muscle loss? Nanny, great question. No. So, and now BCAAs, I'm not a fan of BCAAs. BCAAs are 3 specific amino acids. I don't believe in taking the 3 amino acids when you should be taking the entire array of amino acids. And you can do that through a comprehensive whey protein isolate in which you get all 3 BCAAs plus the additional essential amino acids, which are necessary for muscle protein synthesis. Most people focus on the BCAAs because of leucine, and leucine is a catalyst to muscle protein synthesis. But leucine does not work in a vacuum by itself. Leucine needs cofactors in order to fully exert its full potential or power with regards to muscle protein synthesis. Now, if you are training in a fasted state, I would not consume anything that will induce an insulin surge because we're training fasted. Fasted is in the absence of insulin. We need to be aware of that. You can simply have your post-workout nutrition, let's say a whey protein isolate after your workout, to ensure you're getting the proper amino acids. And if you're eating properly throughout the day before and the day before that, you will have more than enough amino acids available in the pool for you. Declan says, yo, what's up, Coach? Thanks for all the tips. I'm happy to be here. LP says, LP, I apologize. I do not speak Spanish, my friend, and I cannot translate that. I believe that is Spanish. So my apologies here, but it looks like you are a subscriber to the channel. So thank you, guys and gals. Oh, Cherio says, what type of martial arts style of fighting were you trained in? So I was an amateur wrestler for 8 years. I started when I was 13 years old. I stuck with amateur wrestling into my early mid-20s when I had a serious injury. I continued to a Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu studio, and I started training Jiu-Jitsu under Professor Renzo Gracie for many years. Then I was hired as the head strength coach of Team Quest North under Randy Couture, Matt Linlin, Dan Henderson, and Robert Follis. In 2004, I participated in amateur boxing before that. So I was a wrestler boxer by trade. I just happened to be really strong. I had a lot of knockouts. I was a competitive amateur powerlifter. I trained more than I competed for sure, but I really lived in that sport. That was my background. So really more of like a boxer wrestler with positional jujitsu more than submission. Positional jujitsu as the Team Quest Fight Club style, which is more for escape, sweeps, and ground and pound positions. I never had a submission in any of my or any of my competitions, whether it's fights or grappling events, but I had very good positional control. And what's Ack says, lost 38 pounds by doing 3 weeks of shredded back to back. And that's what we call round one, round two. Ack lost 38 pounds in 6 weeks of following the 3 weeks of shredded twice. What more can I say? Go to thedolcediet.com, start your own 3 weeks of shredded program, promo code Labor Day, and save 20%, guys and gals. Why not? Do it, do it, do it. Lewis says, how much carbs would you add, such as an extra quarter cup, etc.? Okay, so what we're doing, Lewis, is we're looking at like maybe a 10% total caloric adjustment for a 3 to 10 day period as we're watching how the body performs. You don't want to spill over and do too much. So if you're eating, let's say 2,000 calories per day, adding 200 calories worth of carbohydrates is 50 additional grams of carbs per day. 50 grams of carbs is an extra 10 grams of carbs spread over the meal. What I might do is I'll probably put those extra carbs into my breakfast, maybe 20 or 30 grams at breakfast, and then post-workout 20 or 30 grams. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I think would be most beneficial when I am making a carb bump. You'll probably see something very discernible in 3 to 10 days from there. Step on the scale every day, though. Step on the scale and take a photo of yourself in the mirror every day at the same time of the day, in the same clothes in the day, in the same mirror every day with the same lighting every day. And then you can look back over the 3 days, 7 days, 10 days to see how this bump worked. Usually it takes maybe 1 to 3 bumps before you're locked in. All right, guys and gals, I appreciate you all. That is an hour and 30 minutes of this free live chat here. Remember, the lies that they tell you. This video is based upon satiety. If you're just joining now, go back and watch the first 10 minutes of this video where I break down exactly how they're lying to with regard to satiety and the satiety index, and that high-fat, high-protein foods do not make you feel fuller longer. That is a lie. Carbohydrate-dense foods, specifically white potatoes, oatmeal, apples, oranges, and brown rice pasta. Is it brown rice pasta or brown pasta? Let me just check. But brown pasta make you feel fuller, longer than beef does, than eggs do, than cheese does, than nuts do. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. I talk about that. I show the science. I talk about the research. I talk about the researchers. I talk about everything that you need to know, and then how the high-fat, high-protein, keto carnivore style community. But it's not just them. I'm not just bagging on them, but they are kind of the worst of it. And I break that all down for you in the beginning of this video. You should go and look. I give you a lot of the facts too. The Yav, you can F you, Yav. Guys and gals, remember, give a thumbs up to this video if you appreciate the content. Subscribe to this channel, click on notifications so you know when I do come back live. And remember, right now, today, 20% off, the biggest discount of the year, 20% off at dolcediet.com, the 4-week, 3 weeks of shredded program, or the 12-week living lean and 3 weeks of shredded bundle. Get there now. Until next time, boom.